the manager's going to have to figure out where everyone fits best in the Yankees lineup. Now, we just saw Joe Girardi in a hockey jersey, so I'm going to put all of you guys who are in suits. You're in the Yankee office now. You're Joe Girardi. Tyler, how is your lineup going to look?
Well, I'm going to have, obviously, Ellsbury leading off, and I'm going to put Gardner at second, but I'm going to put Jeter down there at sixth. I think he needs to, and again, everything with Jeter's, a potentially uncomfortable kind of conversation. But you need to take advantage of Ellsbury and Gardner at the top of that lineup. Brett Gardner gets on base. I don't want him batting ninth. I don't want to waste that 350 or so on base percentage in the ninth spot. I want my two guys to wreak havoc in the top of the order and have Jeter kind of earn his way back up. I mean, let's face it, he played 17 games last season. They went out and spent $153 million on Ellsbury. He's got to bat at the top of the order. And for me, Gardner, with that high on-base percentage, is going to bat up there, too.
Tyler, you want to be the one to tell Jeter? Because I know Girardi would never want to have that conversation, at least not in spring.
At some point, though, you've got to trust that Jeter is all about winning, which he's been about all his career. Now, again, these are uncomfortable situations because he never gives in to any age, he's such a competitor, he's not going to give in to that sort of thing. But if he's all about winning, which I believe he is, at some point you got to prove that by saying, you know what, Skip, do whatever it takes for the team.
Well, there's two things up about your lineup I would be concerned about, Tyler. If you go 8, 9, 1, 2, three of those guys are lefty. You're already making yourself easier to pitch to late in the game with three left-handers I'd be concerned about. And my bigger question is, Jeter might end up playing his way down to the bottom of the lineup, but why does he sink and Mark Teixeira doesn't? The last time that Jeter played, he played very well, and Teixeira was sinking already, and you still have him up there at cleanup. Right. To me, doesn't Teixeira have to prove something to be able to hit cleanup? I mean, he's a guy who hasn't been able to hit good pitching for a few years now,
right,
and his OPS has fallen 5 straight years.
No, I'm aware of that, and I know that Jeter led the majors in hits his last healthy season in 2012, but Jeter doesn't hit home runs the way Teixeira does. I really need Mark Teixeira to hit 30-plus home runs. Maybe that's dreaming, but to me, having that switch hitter in the fourth spot, hitting home runs, that's where I need Teixeira to be. They're still paying him to be that guy. So, again, it's tough. It's not going to be an easy conversation, but I'd rather have Jeter, ease back into the lineup, and then if he gets hot and proves that he can go back to the 2 spot, then fine. But I don't know. I need Teixeira to be who he is.
I think Jeter starts out the year at number 2. I think those 3,300-plus hits are going to make Girardi put him there. But we'll see. Now, Bob, unveil your lineup. Tell us what you're going to do as Joe Girardi.
I'm going to have to disagree with you, Tyler. I'm putting Jeter in the 2nd spot only because he's earned it. I mean, he did not show any drop-off in hitting skill last year. I mean, his injuries obviously had nothing to do with it, hand-eye coordination or bat speed. Led the major leagues in hits in 2012, so I'm starting him there. And we'll see what he can do. I'd give him about 6 weeks, give him 100 at-bats or so, and see what he can do by mid-May. I do agree with you, however, about Teixeira. I want him to clean up spot. It's been a couple years since he's had a full season, but when he did, he batted 300 as a right-handed hitter. The Yankees really need power against lefties, and I think Teixeira, this is a leap of faith by me, but I think Teixeira is going to prove that he can still deserve to be there in the cleanup spot, especially because they need him so badly as a right-handed hitter.
You know what? You have Gardner 9. Tyler said earlier he doesn't want to waste the OBP down at the number 9 hole, but you're comfortable with Gardner in the 9 hole.
I am. I mean, you end up pairing Gardner and Ellsbury together anyway after the first time through the lineup. To me, it really comes down into faith in Jeter and whether or not he can still do it at age 40. I'm going to say right now he can.